For me, growing up, I used to watch like King and Queens of Comedy, and I always assumed like they were all just friends. They probably hung out at cookouts together and just cracked on each other. You have like a group of comedians that you're really close with.
Yes, a
Who?
very
Who?
good group. Gerard Carmichael, Hannibal Buress, Jermaine Fowler, the Lucas brothers, Joshua Bennewick, Kevin Barnett, Jim Bartett. It's a bunch of us. Rito Brown, that's my man's. CP. It's very interesting. Like Gerard, we got a group text. I guess I'm putting this out there. We call it the Golden Lords, right? That's the name of our group text. We the Golden Lords. And it's me, Gerard, the Lucas brothers, Jermaine, Ricky Velez, Jack. It's a bunch of us. And we'll go to brunch together and talk. Like, it's the most honest conversation. I actually look forward to these texts every day. Like, if they ever, like, if Korea keep, hacking people, whatever happens, and they hack our text messages, none of us will be working in Hollywood. I'm joking. No, but it's a fun group text, but it's very honest. I mean, we talk about music reviews, movies, the daily roasting. Like, it's insane. So like right now I'm being roasted because I'm from Chicago, and I guess I always say that. So everybody in the group text did a video talking about how they was from Chicago. Like, Chicago, man, Chicago, baby, Chicago. I mean, it might not be funny to other people, but it's hilarious to us.
Right. You mentioned when you mentioned Jared, you said Hannibal Buress, right?
Yeah.
And that took me back to when everybody was like upset about the episode where you mentioned the Bill Cosby joke or whatever. So I mean, how did you feel about that? I mean, as a comedian.
I mean, I think it felt like they was trying to find somebody to pin taking Cosby down on. Which is what I'm trying to tell somebody. It had to be, you think a black comedian from the west side of Chicago is that powerful to do that? Nah. And that was an argument. I remember in Faison, one of my good friends, man, but me and him arguing at a radio station. We was on the boat getting interviewed because we was doing the show together. And it was a heated argument about it. And still, it kind of is. He still blamed Hannibal, and he said a lot of stuff that I extremely don't agree with. It wasn't on Hannibal. Hannibal been telling this bit for like a few years before it even went out. And to be honest with you, among comedians, a lot of our late night conversations between female comics and male comics was if Cosby did it. Way before it came out.
Right.
It's for years, it was a daily conversation. And like, it was like one of those things, Bill he not got what he deserved, but you can't be talking crazy about everybody. And then don't think, you need to do this, because that's why Hannibal ended up doing it, because they was at that NBC did like some comedy awards thing one year, and they gave him like, one of those "you did this forever" awards.
Right.
And we're gonna honor you now awards. And his speech was like, "God, you do this way and blah 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 blah." And it's like, man, you can't be always over criticizing everybody. Acting like you perfect, which is why I love Eddie Murphy. When you go back to Eddie Murphy Raw now, and you hear the bit about Cosby calling him about cursing, right? He called this dude about saying swear words. But you knew you was drugging people. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. That's an arrogance to it. But I do feel like I don't understand how like he lost. Like, we can't watch the Cosby Show now because of that. He ain't the only dude that did a bunch of stuff. I just don't think we should tie in the work with the personal. It's weird how we choose that, to be honest with you. Because we still I remember, and we had an episode of Carmichael Show about it, the Cosby episode, and if you think about it, like Michael Jackson, like. But people still listen to, like, whatever. I just never
Like
seen
R.
somebody
Kelly,
he ain't been convicted yet or nothing. They took everything away from him.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
He ain't been convicted yet. He's still walking around blind trying to figure out what a courthouse is.
Right.
He ain't been convicted yet. And that's tough to watch blind Cosby. I don't know what that big black man he been walking with. I don't know. They're like... They get him a dog. He's like, no, I want a man. But that's me.
I mean, do you think that was the reason why Hannibal Buress like kind of went on a
Nah.
different platform after that?
Nope. Because he was already
Right.
blowing up. I mean, when May
Right.
recorded that was him doing a sellout theater that he sold out.
Right.
So it's already happening. It's it's one of those things. Hannibal, I remember talking to him about it a bunch of times. And, as comedians, we do understand, like, we all got some type of dirt. And if it's out there, it's messed up. I think Cosby just messed up trying to be too squeaky clean, and which is why I love
Right.
Richard Pryor and I love the greats. You can't. I mean, I get it. You could be America's dad, but you try to play that, man. You can't. That's crazy to me.
I mean, but that was his income. That was like his shtick.
But
like,
you don't have to. But stand up is too. Like, to be a
Right.
stand up is a unique job where you're able to put all your stuff out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just for him not to. It's kind of sad watching too, because he got to be heartbroken.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, nobody wants to answer your phone. Like, it's like Bill call you down, you be like, oh. But what you doing, man? I'm like, hey, nothing, sir. I gotta go in this meeting, Bill. I'll talk to you tomorrow, right? Okay, well, I'm here. No, but
we talked about Eddie Murphy. Like, do you think it's possible that he could do another stand-up? Maybe like one last one.
I would pay whatever that ticket price is
Right.
to see Eddie Murphy go up again. And I tell people this all the time, because you watch him in interviews and you still see the timing and like, he did a Kevin Hart impersonation one day. I was in tears. And it was just like, it was effortless. He did the face. I was like, oh, Eddie, please come back.
Right.
I can only imagine who he at the crib just, he chilling. Because I heard that, like, people that go watch, like, the fights at his house and stuff, comedians all say, like, he's still the funniest person in the room.
Right. Right. I mean, people are saying that they don't think that he would do another stand-up because it's just, a lot of curse words. It's obscene and everything, but it's him. That's what makes him great. But then he does, like, the children films, and he doesn't want to kind of...
What they got to do? That's why I love Eddie.
That's like the argument people have.
Eddie Murphy do what he want. I don't know when people going to get that, because you'll see him do Shrek, right? And then he'll do Mr. Church, and then he'll do Dreamgirls, and then he doing whatever he want to do.
True.
Norbit, like, he does, like, first of all, if you think about how crazy Norbit is, he plays a Chinese dude
Yeah.
that's saying the most ignorant stuff you can think of. He do what he want to do.
Right. Right. I mean, it'll be pretty dope. I wish I could see that. So, aside from those comedians, you've reached out to Russell Peters,
Yeah.
and Kevin Hart about your special.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart was the one that actually picked it up, right?
Well, no, Kev. Well, this is what happened with that. I wanted to be
Okay.
introduced by a big comedian, so I talked to Sid first about it. Sid the Entertainer, and that's who he was actually down to do it. And then I also talked to Russell Peters about it, and Russell was down. And Kevin came up in a meeting between my manager and my agents. We got a lot of the same people, whatever. And they was like, well, what about Kevin? I'm like, well, you think he'll want to do it? And we reached out to Kevin. He's like, oh, man, I'm down, should we do those? You know what I mean? And yeah, he produced it. And one thing I love, Kevin let me do it the way I wanted to.
Right.
You know what I mean, it's some things I had to fight. Like, I had to fight for my director, Royale Walker's director, because I wanted somebody who really knew my material. Sometimes they get people to direct these specials that barely know your stuff, may go see you at a comedy club one night. I wanted somebody who have given me notes before, who just sat there and watched me just go, you know what I mean? And Royale did an amazing job. And like, the special looked exactly how I wanted. I mean, Kevin like, yeah, I want your name and lights behind it. And I'm like, man, I just want a stage, a curtain, stool, and the focus only on me. And
Right.
But he honored that, man. He let them know whatever Rel want to do it.
Right.
Even though it always sounded like sometimes you're like, where's your special? It felt like it was, all right, well, I mean, it should be the elbows, brother, so you. But it turned out to be exactly how I envisioned it. And that's still one of my favorite nights ever, was shooting that.